Good morning, my beautiful friends, and welcome to our nutrition call today. Today is technically not 100% about nutrition. We are going to talk about goal setting today, but it's October and January is sneaking up on us real quick. And I personally have found if I start goal setting now and I'm more intentional now, not only do I have a one up come January 1, but I can finish the year strong and I don't undo a whole bunch of all the hard work that I've already done in 2019 if I'm already conscious about the goals that I want to achieve in 2020. Yes, cannot believe it's going to be 2020. That is crazy. But I want to talk about goal setting today so that we can all get our minds wrapped around what we want to accomplish come 2020 and crush the rest of this year. So I don't know about you guys, but if you're seeing this, you're a part of our challenge groups, right? Whether you're a coach or a challenger or a previous Beachbody customer and you've since canceled your things, whatever. I don't know about you, but the whole challenge to not buy Halloween candy until like Halloween has totally been a game changer for me. My family and I are like candy crazies, and we still somehow have gotten candy in our house. But it's just been like minimal amounts. And it's been just like, okay, we got some from this parade and we got some from my mother-in-law's house, but it's just been like small amounts. And so it's been like, okay, every single day I'm having like one little treat instead of like, okay, we have this huge Costco sized bag with like 700 Almond Joys in it. And Almond Joys are my weakness when it comes to candy. And I've eaten like 17 a day. Like, no, that hasn't been a thing this year. And I'm like, yay, like so proud of myself. So hopefully that has helped you too. And really, like, it's the little things, the little choices that you make every single day that make a huge difference. And that's what I really want to talk about today with goal setting is I don't want you to make any huge goals that are going to be like, I want them to be life altering in the fact that because you're going to be doing them every single day consistently, they will change your life. But I don't want them to be a hard thing to implement, because if you're trying to implement a whole bunch of these hard things, that's when you quit on. And it is like statistically proven that people who start new goals on January 1st give up by Valentine's Day. Like 6 weeks in, they're just done. They're not finding that like sense of joy and fulfillment, whatever. So like 2 to 3% actually stick to their goals come February 15th. And I want you to be one of those 2 to 3%. And let's raise the number if we can and make it 7, 8% instead of only 2 to 3. Yes, I'm going to mute my computer so you guys don't hear my lovely chimes in the background. Okay. So I'm going to read you a small part of, guys, I've talked about this book like 400 times, The Slide Edge. It's so good. It says, "Gentlemen, this is a football." And that famous quote is by Vince Lombardi. Yeah. With these words, the legendary football coach would begin each new season of training, never taking anything for granted and always viewing each of his players as a blank slate, despite the fact that they were all seasoned pros. The modern business world has an expression for this mindset: assume nothing. The Zen Buddhists call it beginner's mind. It's a mindset of humility and fresh inquiry, always looking for the most meaning and importance of the smallest things. I can't think of a better or more eloquent way of expressing it than, "Gentlemen, this is a football." The first time Lombardi came out with this now famous line, Green Bay Packer great Max McGee delivered his own immortal retort, "Coach, could you slow down a little? You're going too fast for us," and got a chuckle even from the unflappable Lombardi. No matter how great your aspirations, how tall the dream, and great the leap it means, the eternally repeating truth of the slight edge is that it is always built of small, simple steps, easy to do and just as easy not to do. Don't go too fast and don't be too proud to stop, look at your life, and tell yourself, this is a football. Yes? And so with that said, he goes on to talk about what one simple thing can you do? Can you focus on? Can you exercise and practice humility and have a beginner's mindset and never assume anything, right? To go back, to start over, to try again. And he says, what one simple, single, easy to do activity can you do day in and day out that will have the greatest impact on your health, your happiness, your relationships, your personal development, your finances, your career, and your impact on the world? And I want you to ask yourself that question. What one thing can you do that will change every single one of those areas in your life? And for me, my answer that came to mind immediately was personal development, because I know personal development impacts my health and my happiness and my relationships and my personal development and my finances and my career and my impact on the world. The more I feed my mind and my belief with positive words and positive messages, the more I believe that I can and will I do make a difference, that I can make a difference, and that I can continue to make a difference. And the more I continue to grow my mind, and the more I continue to feed my mind with positive things, because we're constantly bombarded with the negative, the more I know that I can change the world. Yes. So for me, that is the one simple, easy to do thing that I can do day in and day out that will have a great impact on my whole life. So I've set a goal already that 2019 is not over. I have finished 35 personal development books so far this year. And my goal, as crazy as it is, has always been all year long to finish 75. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to try. And yes, that means 40 books in the next 2 months and 4 days. Yes. So that is like, there's not even 40 weeks. That's like 3 books a week. And one thing that I've really learned over the last few years in goal setting is it's okay to push yourself to set a huge, crazy goal. One of my push coach that I love and have mentorship calls with twice a week, he calls it puke goals. A goal that is so big that makes you want to puke, because you're just setting your dreams, setting your goals so high that it truly gives you that sense of urgency to actually act, to actually do something and move yourself forward in your goals and in your dreams. And I had the opportunity to go to a leadership conference a week and a half ago, and the CEO of Beachbody stood before us. It was the last talk of the event. And he just said, okay, I want you to think about your goal for 2019. Think about it. You got it in your head? Okay, now I want you to double it. And whatever just went through your head about the reasons you can't double it, you need to tap into that, because that is your limiting belief. And you need to do the work that it takes to overcome that limiting belief. Whatever your mind just said about why you can't, you need to figure it out. You need to dig into that. You need to tap into it. You need to do personal development surrounding that thing that just told you why you can't do it. Yes. And then you need to get to work to double it, because, okay, you don't make it. You fall short. Will you have achieved the original goal that you had because you pushed that much harder to achieve this double goal? Yeah, you'll actually achieve the one that you wanted to, because you shot so much harder and you pushed so much harder and you did so much more work and you had so much more energy and urgency and you felt like you wanted to puke, right? That you actually achieved the original goal that you wanted to. Whereas if you don't double it, you'll push for that original goal that you had, and who knows, maybe you'll hit it, maybe you won't. And I loved that. I loved that. And it is so true. And it's okay, really, sometimes if we don't actually achieve the goals that we want to achieve, but we end up that much better because we tried. Yeah. So in the slide edge, he has you break it down, and there's actually like written spots to write down what it is that you want. So he has the slide edge on your health. So then it says like, my dreams for my health, make it specific, vivid, and have a timeline, and then a plan to start. And then one simple daily discipline you can do every single day to help you achieve that. And it's so simple, so easy. Then he says the slide edge and your happiness, my dreams for my happiness, make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. What's your plan to start? And what one simple daily discipline can you do to improve in your happiness? Then he has you do it for your relationships, your dreams for your relationships. Make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. What's your plan to start? And what one simple daily discipline can you do to improve your relationships? Then he has you do it with your personal development. Make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. What's your plan to start? And what one simple daily discipline can you do to improve your personal development? He has you do it with your finances. I know I'm getting redundant, but sometimes redundancy is what you need to hear. Yes. He has you create your dream for your finances. Make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. What is your plan to start? And what one simple daily discipline can you do to improve your finances? What's your dream for your career? Make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. And I don't want to hear this whole like, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, I don't have a career. Yes, you do. Being a stay-at-home mom is totally a career. So what goals do you have with being a stay-at-home mom? Make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. And obviously, if you have a full-time job, you know what your career is. What's your plan to start? What one simple daily discipline can you do to improve in your career? And then he has you do it for your life. What's your dream for your life? Make it specific, make it vivid, give it a timeline. What's your plan to start? And what one simple daily discipline can you do to make it a reality? And I love, love, love that it is just a simple one thing. My mom taught me goal setting growing up, that she always said to only pick 3 real big goals, because your brain can't remember many more than that. And yes, it's important to do everything I just said, to look at your goals and your finances and your relationships and your life and your career and your all the things. But then I really truly want you to pick the one that will achieve all the rest, if that makes sense. Chalene Johnson talks about this in her book, Push, that it's called your push goal. She has you create a goal in each of these areas of your life, and then she has you pick the one goal that if you accomplish that one goal, it truly will bleed into the rest of the areas of your life. So like I already said, for me, it was personal development, because I know if I achieve my personal development goal, I will most likely achieve my career goal. I will most likely achieve my relationships goal. I will most likely achieve my financial goal. I will most likely achieve my life goal, because I'm spending the time and energy and effort I need to develop myself, to grow into the person that I need to be to accomplish all these other things in my life. But maybe that's not necessarily true for you. So I truly, 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 I want to challenge you this week I was going to take the time to like pause now and do it now. But sometimes I know people are listening to this while they're doing other things. So I want you to put it in your calendar, legit, like set a reminder, set it to do this week, to figure it out, to write down your goals. That's why I repeated it so much, so that you can go back and listen to this and you can do it for yourself and just get a blank piece of paper, get her done. Another aspect that I really love comes from the book Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. It's like an hour and a half, literally probably one of my top 5 favorite books ever. And he has you do a very similar exercise, but he asks more specific questions. So he has you write down your personal goals. How do you want to grow? What are the limitations you need to overcome? How do you want to improve your body, your spirit, your relationships? Are these short-term goals or long-term goals? And he says, take 5 minutes to answer those questions. And then once you're done, give it a timeline. When? And then choose the single most exciting goal this year. So he has you more like brainstorming. Okay, these are all the personal goals I want to achieve in my growth, my limitations to overcome, improving my body, my spirit, my relationships. And then I need to label them. Is this a short-term goal or a long-term goal? When can I accomplish this? And what can I do now to actually make this dream a reality? And then choose the one goal that excites you the most that you want to do now. Then he has you do the exact same thing with your career or your business or economic goals. And the questions he asks is, how much money do you want to make in a year? How much money do you want to make in your lifetime? What are your career goals? What are your investment goals? What are your money management goals? How much time do you want to spend on travel and adventure? How much money do you want to provide for your kids' education? How about toys? What toys do you want to have in your life? What professional breakthroughs do you want to make? What impact do you want to leave in the world? And answering those questions, and again, going back through, giving them a timeline, figuring out the most exciting goal that you can accomplish this year. Yes? And again, just brainstorming those things. Then the next one Tony Robbins has you do is your toys and your adventure. What do you want to create? What do you want to build? What do you want to purchase? What do you want to do for sheer fun and enjoyment? What do you want to own? What places do you want to go? What events do you want to attend? What things do you want to do? And again, give all of them a timeline. Is this a short-term goal or a long-term goal? And what one thing can I accomplish this year that excites me the most? And then the last one is contribution goals. What do you want to contribute? What impact or legacy do you want to leave behind? And again, going through it, short-term or long-term, what can you accomplish this year? I think sometimes as Americans, I don't know that I have anybody on here that is in a different country. Sometimes I think we think we're fine financially because we're able to pay our bills every month and we're able to get by, and maybe we were able to buy some extra Halloween candy this year or the Halloween costumes that we really wanted to. But how much, with all those questions asked, it just makes you broaden your view to like, okay, like what places do I want to see? What difference and impact do I want to make in the world? What contribution do I want to leave? What legacy do I want to leave? How much do I want to contribute to my kids' education? How much can I serve? How much can I give? How much can I grow? And it just makes you realize, even if, okay, yeah, I was able to pay my bills this month and I was able to buy Halloween candy and costumes for my family, am I really making the impact that I can make in the world? I want to read a quote to you that is legit probably my favorite quote I've ever read. And this quote comes from the book Start by Jon Acuff. And I'll also just want to point out to you, like, so far, this whole nutrition call, I have quoted 3 different books. Yeah, none of these ideas are my own. And I just take them and I share them with you. Yes. So if you're all thinking like, whoa, she's so knowledgeable and amazing, it's because I read, and I want to challenge you to read. Yes. Because it will change your life. Sorry, one sec. Yes, I can find your hippopotamus. Just give me one sec. Where's Daddy? Okay, let me just read this quote to my friends and then I'll come help you find it. Count to 20 and then I'll be ready to help you. Oh, go ask Daddy. Thank you. Okay, so this comes from the book Start by Jon Acuff. People are often mistaken when they think chasing your dream is a selfish thing to do, as if perhaps being average is an act of humility, as if perhaps wasting the talents you were given is proof that you are a considerate individual. It's not. If you were meant to cure cancer or write a symphony or crack cold fusion and you don't, asserts Stephen Pressfield, you not only hurt yourself, even destroy yourself. You hurt your children. You hurt me. You hurt the planet. Creative work is not a selfish act or a bid for attention on the part of the actor. It's a gift to the world and every being in it. Don't cheat us of your contribution. Give us what you've got. Mic drop. Holy crap. Yeah, I love that. And I'm going to read it again because I love it so much, just in case something else hits you this time. People are often mistaken when they think chasing your dream is a selfish thing to do, as if perhaps being average is an act of humility, as if perhaps wasting the talents you were given is proof that you are a considerate individual. It's not. If you were meant to cure cancer or write a symphony or crack cold fusion and you don't, asserts Stephen Pressfield, you not only hurt yourself, even destroy yourself. You hurt your children, you hurt me, you hurt the planet. Creative work is not a selfish act or a bid for attention on the part of the actor. It's a gift to the world and every being in it. Don't cheat us of your contribution. Give us what you've got. And again, that comes from Jon Acuff from the book Start. Yes, truly, when you're goal setting, I want you to dream big. Yes, I want you to think big. What difference can you make in every area of your life? What goals and dreams do you have? And I want you to stretch and to think big and to think hard and to give yourself a sense of urgency. Give yourself a timeline. Know when and how you're going to accomplish these things. And you don't need to know everything about how you're going to accomplish these goals. All you need to know is how you're going to start. There's this awesome story in here. I can't read it to you because that would make the call like 10 minutes longer. But there's this awesome story in here about how he created one of the greatest European empires. Let me just read this one part to you. Let me find it. How he created this European empire almost completely by accident. And, but it wasn't an accident because he started and things just fell into place. And there was different things that happened all the time. But just he trusted his gut and he trusted the things that he needed to do to make it happen. And I can't find it. Let me see. I'll try one more time. And if I don't see it. Okay. I don't see it. Oh, yep. I just saw it. Okay. So he says, to give you a real life example of the perfect power of an imperfect plan, here is the true story of how I built the largest sales and distribution forces in all of Germany for one of my past companies, which has since become one of the largest such organizations in all of Europe and one of the most successful in the history of that industry. And it literally all happened pretty much by accident. He did not know how he was going to accomplish this. All he knew is that he had a desire to change, to make a difference in the world. He was literally watching TV one day, putting on his shoes, and he heard about this like sales conference thing that he was like, maybe I should go to that. And when he was there, he met someone that he followed up with, that he later became a colleague, that later helped him meet someone who helped him meet someone else, who helped him meet someone else. And then they were like, okay, let's find some Germans. And then they randomly found some Germans because somebody was mowing their lawn and knew a guy. And there was just all these random happenstances that happened to make everything fall into place to start this company in Germany. And the author, what's his name, Jeff Olson, he doesn't even speak German. Like, he was able to create this amazing company in Germany. Yes, because of the person who he met, who knew this guy, who knew that guy, who knew this guy, who knew that guy, and they all worked together to create this amazing sales company. Yes. So the reason I tell you that story is you don't have to know everything to start. Yes, you don't have to know everything to begin to create the life of your dreams. Yes, you just need to know your goals and you just need to start. And truly, listen to the book Start by Jon Acuff. It is one of my very, very favorites. It's called like Start, Punch Fear in the Face, Escape Average, Do Work That Matters, something like that. It's so good. So another thing that he talks about in the Slide Edge is to look at your goals every single day and write them down. So I have just this book that is just like a whatever cheapo blank journal. Yes, I write down my goals every single day. After I did this exercise, now I write them down every single day because I want to remember them. I want to remember why I'm showing up every day. I want to remember what I'm pushing for. I want to remember the life of my dreams, because if I'm not remembering it, then obviously it's not even going to happen ever, right? And then based on that, I write it down every single day. And then I make my game day list and my daily deposits journal that I know I've talked about before, that are all helping me get to where I want to go, that are helping my life move forward in the direction of my dreams. And I'm trying to be very intentional about reaching my goals every day. And yes, it takes effort. Yes, it takes diligence. And yes, it's easy to do and it's easy not to do. Yes. And that is what this whole book is about, is easy things to do, easy things not to do. And if you do them, you will live your life in a happy and successful and meaningful way. And you won't be sitting on your deathbed thinking, oh my gosh, what did I do with my life? You'll be like, oh my gosh, look what I did with my life. Yeah. Look at the legacy I left behind. Look at the relationships I created. Look at the difference I made in the world and the footprint that I left. Yeah. So that's all I've got for you today. I freaking love you. And I know it's October 28th. And I know that the year is almost over. We only have 2 months and 4 days left, whatever. But it's never too late to start living the life of your dreams. And you don't have to wait till January 1st to begin your goals. Yes. I challenge you to do this week and to go back, listen to this again, and pause the recording, write down the questions that I talked about, and truly take time to reflect about what it is that you want out of life. And then make a plan to start one simple action that will move you towards the direction of your dreams. And I heard a fabulous talk at the 10X Growth Conference that's just do one thing that moves the needle forward. Even if it's the tiniest little thing that you learned about, just try to do one thing every single day that moves you in the direction of your dreams. So I love you. I believe in you. I think you're the shiz. If you're on live, stay on live and we'll chat. If you're not, I want to hear when you're done with your goal setting, write it in the comments and say, like, I did it. I know what I want to accomplish in the rest of 2019, 2020. I know where I'm going. I know what I want to do. Ready, set, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Love you. See you later.